Well, welcome back to the Steve Rob Show. Guys, you notice something missing here? Yeah, this is it right here. Guys, this pretty well had its time. Pretty greasy. And I tell you what happened. This 240 volt heater, I've had this for at least, guys, 30 years. At least 30 years. It served its time. And what it's doing now is starting up, running, but the thermostat control, it's not working right because it only comes up to a certain temperature and it'll shut off where it used to run and run and run and run to keep the shop hot. And it's not doing it no more. Now I know I could probably fool around and get myself a new thermostat for it and everything, but I'm not going to bother. So what I do, I went and got a new one. And it's not quite new, but it's a smoking deal. So let's take a look at the new shop heater I got. It's 6,000 watt, runs on 20 amp. This one here was around 16 amp. This one here is around 15,000 BTU, something like that. The new one is around 20,000 BTU. So we'll take a look at it and I'll explain how I got a smoking deal on this. Okay, this is the heater right here. And the only thing I did was I had to put my own cable on it. So I went and got a cable and I went and got a receptacle plug for it. And I like to buy a brand name stuff. I'm not going no wing wang stuff when it comes to electrical. So I got that all wired up. And surprisingly, I went to Princess Auto and it was just sitting there out in front. Not in front of the store, but in the main aisle there. And I called one of the guys over and I said, "How much is that?" He goes, "Well, it's $279. I said, "Yeah, it was not even in a box." And, you know, well, like, what's going on here? So he goes, "Oh, well, somebody must have returned it." So the guy come back to me and he says, apparently somebody bought it, they returned it, they didn't want it. I don't think they could figure out how to hook it up because at the back there, all they had was just 3 little stub wires and you had to actually wire it up yourself. And like the old one there, come with a plug with it and everything, all you have to do is just stab it in the wall. So I said, "How much do you want for it?" He goes, "Okay, how's 75 bucks? So I says, "Okay, 75 bucks, I'll take it." So let me see if I can show you here. So there she is there. They slapped the sticker on her, 75 bucks. And guys, what I like about this heater, now that's their brand. This is rebranded from something else, but they don't make heaters at Princess Auto. But it's called PowerPoint, ProPoint. And what I like about it is it's got 2 heat settings. One for low, where only half the elements go on for 3,000 watt. And you put it on high, and it's got 6,000. I haven't even tried it yet. All I did was just wire it up, and I'm going to bring it over there. The problem is, you got these antlers here on the side. You got to take these off. Then you got to make a bracket here. Now they do sell the bracket, but they're out of stock on the bracket. The bracket was like 15 bucks. And it's probably not built very good. So I thought I'd make my own bracket. And I got some steel here, just some flat bar. And I thought I'd show you, I'm going to show you how I shape this into a handle. But, so it's got to come up like this, across, and down. And then I'm going to stab it up in the wall there. Just fire in some screws, and that'll be fine. And then we'll test it out. Now, I think it's going to be a lot more efficient. Like the hydro up here is very expensive, so I think it's going to be a lot more efficient. So I don't always need to have it on full like the other heater. It was on 5,000 watts all the time, and it would just cycle off and on thermostatically. This one here, at least I can pick 3,000 watts. And on a real cold day, 6,000. So let's get to it here, and I'm going to mark this plate up here, and we're just going to bend her up like, yeah, it's going to be fast. There's no paint involved. We're stabbing it in. Well, here we go here. And I measured it up, and it looks like about 15 inches from side to side, and then about 8 inches down. So all I did was just put some black marking on here, and I'm going to have to go over here and cut it off. Now, I'm not opening up that shop door. No, I ain't doing that. Because I had to get my chop saw outside. I ain't doing that. And I'm going to lose all my heat in here. So I'm just going to use my angle grinder to just buzz this off. And then I'll bring it back and I'll show you me bending it here in the vise. But I want to show you something that I thought was pretty strange. When I bought this box was on top. And they said, yeah, this is all the stuff you need inside to mount it to your ceiling. I'm going to show you what's inside here. Now you take a look at this rig right here. So, now this does come with it. And I went on their website and I took a look at the instruction manual, because this never came with a box, never came with a manual, never came nothing. So I had to decipher this all myself. Okay, so the way this works is you have to stab this into the ceiling here. And then at this end here is made for the bracket, and it bolts to the bracket in the center. One bolt, and then this here stabs in the ceiling. Well, I don't really need to use this. I'll probably use this for maybe hanging plants off the fence or something. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with this. But let's get to this piece of steel here. We'll bend her up, and I'll drill a couple of holes in the sides, and we'll fire this into the ceiling. Well, I got her all cut down. And I got my line here at 8 inches, this one here 8 inches from the other end, and there's roughly 15 inches in the middle. Guys, it should be flexible enough that I can move it in and out, and you should have no problem. The problem is, when you have a vise that is small like this, I don't have like a big vise, and it's good to have it cover the whole metal, you know, across, so you could bend it down. But we're just firing this thing on. I mean, it's not going to look pretty or anything. So let's get to her. Usually all you need is like a good hammer. So I'll just show you how this is. It's going to be easy to bend. And this is 1/8 by 3 inch. There you go. There's one side there. Now let's do the other side. Let's just put her in here. Just put her onto the line. There you go. She's not looking too pretty right now. This is going to look like a doll when I'm finished with it. So here we go. Now if you got like a really good wing vise like I had up at my camp, you just bust the head right off it. But oh, I don't know what's going on there, but nothing fell off. Okay, there we go. Now that is like, that's all you need right there. I'm just gonna like massage it a little bit, and I'll bring you back and we'll drill some holes. Well, here we go. I got her all massaged up and everything else, and I just fired a hole. It's a small pilot hole on both ends there. And this is the antler you got to stab in the side of the heater. So I got a drill bit roughly this size, maybe a little bit bigger, and we'll drill a hole out here, and we'll see if this Milwaukee 3/8 drill can drill this hole out, because I'm guessing this is 3/8. It's probably metric, but I don't know anything about metric. So I'll get you down here on the vise. Let's see how this thing works. Here we go. Let's see if this thing will go through. I got through no problem. I'll drill out the other side, and then we'll show this on the heater all fitted up. Well, here we are here. All I did was just put 3 holes in the top, and I got some wood screws there, and you can see how this is gonna fit in here. And there's 2 of them, one on either side, that just go in the machine. Now I'm gonna have to fire this up on the ceiling first, and then lift this up and put them screws in, and that's not going to be too easy. But let's fire this up in the ceiling, and I think it should go in no problem. Well, let's just stab her in there. I don't think this is going to have any problem going in there. And these screws, they're plenty long to go in. And we'll just eyeball it and fire them in. I figure right about there. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch this over because the drill just won't do it. I gotta get the Milwaukee impact driver. Okay, here we go now. This is gonna do the trick right here. Yeah, these things are good for hammers too. They work good for hammers. But tell you what, guys, can you see that the bars on there? There's only 2 bars. This thing will fire these in like there's no problem, like nothing. So let's go right to it right now. Here we go. There you go, that's how she's done. Okay. Now how am I going to get that heater up there? I'm going to put that heater up there, I'm going to stab them antlers in, and we're going to get this baby fired up. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get this baby in there. Drop the cord. Okay. Now, I got the antlers all ready to go. This ain't going to be too easy. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, be nice now. Nice, nice. Be nice. Well, okay, easy now. Easy. Get in there, you. Okay. There we go. That's good for that side. And gotta grab the other antler. Okay. Couple of threads in there. Woo! Doggy. Okay, I'm going to tighten this baby up. We're going to get her all ready to go. Let's do some rocking and rolling with this heater right now. Well, here we are right here. I haven't even fired her up yet. And I got the cord in there and I just put some I guess some cable attachments there all the way up there. And guys, this should be fine. You know, like that. I think that'll be fine. And here's the heater right here. So let's fire her up and let's see how she runs. Okay, this is it. So this is the low, this is the high. I'll strip her on the high here. And I like this because I can adjust the vents. So before it used to just blow right straight out. Now I can direct it down at the floor, which is a lot better. Because you're better off to have it at the floor and let the heat rise rather than just fill up the attic first, right? Guys, that is a lot quieter. I don't know if you can remember the old one, but this is a lot quieter. So, yeah, and it's thermostatically controlled. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. Especially for 75 bucks. 50 bucks in wiring and a little cable attachment on the wall. I think it's a good deal. Thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel, you're welcome to subscribe. And let's have some more fun like this, guys. Cheers.